There is a forgotten Chinese philosophy, once used by master strategists before a battle, that reveals why your life feels stuck on pause. Right now, we exist in the age of answers. Any skill can be learned. Any venture can be started. The blueprint for a different life is at your fingertips. Yet, a strange paralysis has set in. This leads to a single, undeniable truth. Our crisis is no longer a shortage of information. It is a famine of motion. We are buried in so many options that we forget how to choose. You dream of launching that project, but you get lost in research. You consider a new career, but you drown in planning. You have a personal vision, but you dissect it until the passion fades. Then you wonder, why can't I just move? The answer is painfully simple. You are a prisoner of your own thoughts. This doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you are caught in a loop that feels impossible to escape. Modern research suggests we face hundreds of conscious choices daily. Each one demands mental energy, weighing fears against hopes, predicting endless outcomes. Multiply this by your doubts, and the result is a total standstill. You become so focused on figuring out the perfect way forward that you never take the first step. Ancient cultures recognized this sickness of the mind centuries ago. They developed a principle, a state of being that liberates you from hesitation. They called it Wu Wei, effortless action. Don't mistake this for passivity. It is the art of powerful movement without the friction of your overactive mind. The legendary general Sun Tzu, in his timeless work, wrote of the supreme importance of acting without visible effort, of winning without conflict. He wasn't just discussing war, he was describing a mode of existence. Because in the heat of a critical moment, if you pause to deliberate, you are lost. There is no time for a second-guessing calculation. You must move intuitively or be defeated by your own delay. Here is the raw reality. Your life, in its crucial moments, mirrors this dynamic. Not with swords, but with chances. Every opportunity presents a fork. Act now or think until the window closes. Most choose the second path, not by desire, but by conditioning. Education trained you to overanalyze. Culture taught you to compare endlessly. Your environment programmed you to dread missteps. Now, you're trapped in a cycle of thought planning, worrying, simulating but never doing, and what remains is the ghost of regret, whispering, "What if I had begun?" This is the heaviest sentence a person can carry. But there is an exit. It doesn't ask for more thought. It demands less. It requires understanding. Wu Wei, entering a space where action arises naturally, where you proceed without internal resistance. Does this sound unattainable? It is not, and I will show you the practical path. But first, tell me below, what is that one thing you desire to do but remain frozen just thinking about? A business? A creative work? A difficult conversation? Let me know. Now, let's explore a story that may reframe everything you believe about overthinking. The Man Who Could Not Begin. This tale applies to any ambition, career, art, love. You know someone like this. The person with undeniable talent, who solves complex issues for others, who speaks with innate authority. Yet, for some reason, they never start their own journey. This was Leo. At 30, Leo was a skilled software engineer. His colleagues sought his insight on every tough problem. He had a gift for seeing elegant solutions. But everyone sensed Leo was meant for more than executing another's code. He was built to create, to lead. Yet, when it came to his own life, Leo was paralyzed. A friend once suggested they build an app together. Leo spent months studying market trends, analyzing tech stacks, forecasting user adoption. By the time he felt ready, his friend had moved on with another partner, and the idea was obsolete. Later, a mentor offered him a lead role at a promising startup. Leo spent weeks scrutinizing the business plan, the risks, the equity share. While he was lost in spreadsheets, the position was filled. Leo wasn't incapable. He was incarcerated by his intellect. He wasn't avoiding action out of fear, he was trying to think his fear into oblivion. And the more he thought, the more obstacles his mind constructed. What if I'm not qualified? What if it collapses? What if I lose my safety net? These questions have no answer, for they probe a future that does not yet exist. But Leo believed If he could just think hard enough, he could outsmart uncertainty. No one can. And this was precisely what the encounter with Maya would reveal. The introduction. Maya was in her 50s, of Chinese descent, and ran a successful boutique textile studio. Her business wasn't a giant corporation, but it was impactful, authentic, and thriving. She met Leo at a Tech Meets Design conference. Leo was there representing his firm. What captivated Maya wasn't his technical demo. It was how he interacted with a frustrated attendee. She watched as Leo listened, reframed the problem with stunning clarity, and offered a simple, elegant solution. Maya saw immense potential, tragically dormant. Afterward, she approached him. "You have a rare clarity," Maya said, her voice calm but direct. Leo thanked her, deflecting the praise. "I just helped where I could. You help others leap," Maya replied, "but you stand at the edge of your own cliff looking down." Leo was stunned into silence. Maya continued, "I am looking for a strategic mind for a new venture, someone who understands systems and people, someone like you. Would you join me for a conversation to see if there's a fit?" Leo's heart raced. This was the very chance he fantasized about. But his default setting engaged. "Can I think it over?" he asked. Maya smiled, a knowing look in her eyes. "Of course. Reach out when you've decided." And Leo left, his mind already a storm of analysis. The cage of certainty. The following 2 weeks were a blur of sleepless research. Leo dissected the textile industry, studied partnership models, projected financials. Each possible failure mode played like a film in his head. He wanted a guaranteed outcome before committing. Life offers no guarantees. When Maya followed up, Leo was still adrift in data. "Leo, have you reached a conclusion?" she asked. I need a bit more time to be sure," he stammered. "Let's meet tomorrow," Maya proposed gently. "There's something you should hear." They met in a quiet garden courtyard. Maya ordered jasmine tea. Leo, an espresso. "Leo," Maya began, her gaze steady, "why haven't you said yes?" Leo inhaled deeply. "I'm afraid I'm not prepared. That I'll fail. That I don't know enough." Maya nodded. "When will you be prepared?" Leo had no answer. "Never," Maya said softly. "Because you aren't waiting for preparation. You are waiting for a certainty that will never come." Leo felt the truth of her words like a physical weight. Maya went on. "My grandfather was a calligrapher and a student of ancient philosophy. He taught me about Wu Wei effortless doing, action without strain." Leo listened, intrigued. It is not about emptiness of purpose, but emptiness of obstructive thought. In a moment of true action, there is no space for the chatter of what if. You simply move. Your trained instinct takes over. The mind gets out of the way. "Why did I invite you?" Maya asked. "Because I see what you refuse to see, your capability. But I also see the cage you've built around it. You think yourself into stillness." Tears pricked Leo's eyes. The recognition was painful and liberating. "I was once in that cage," Maya shared. "When I started my studio, fear almost stopped me. I overplanned until opportunity began to fade. What changed? I remembered Wu Wei. I realized thinking never conquers fear. Only action does. You will never be certain, but you can be courageous. And courage is action with fear, not without it." She leaned forward. "You don't need all the answers. You only need the first step. The path appears as you walk it, not as you map it from a distance." In that moment, the storm in Leo's mind quieted. A clear, decisive feeling emerged. "I accept," he said. "I want to try." Maya's smile was warm. "Good. We begin next week." The unforced rhythm. Leo didn't sleep that night from excitement, not anxiety. He dove into the concept of Wu Wei. He read about Sun Tzu, about the Taoist sages, about the state of flow. He realized it wasn't about not thinking, but about not letting thought become the master. It was about trusting the process more than the plan. Working with Maya, he witnessed a new rhythm. When a client requested a design, Maya didn't obsess for days over a single perfect sketch. She created a strong first draft, shared it, and refined it collaboratively. "It doesn't have to be perfect to begin," she'd say. "It just has to be honest." The rest unfolds. This was revolutionary to Leo, a perfectionist. He began to adopt the approach. He stopped demanding flawless strategies. He started taking plausible actions. He ceased fearing mistakes and began viewing them as necessary adjustments. He released the need to control every variable and started flowing with the essential ones. A transformation occurred. The venture grew, not because Leo became infallible, but because he became fluid. He was freed from the paralysis of overthinking. Within months, their collaboration was flourishing. Leo found something he'd lost, a sense of purposeful ease. A year later, Maya invited Leo to visit her extended family and community overseas. "I want you to meet people who live Wu Wei not as a concept, but as a daily practice," she explained. The trip was a revelation. Leo met a woodworker who shaped pieces not by rigid measurement, but by feel for the grain. "If I fight the wood with my plans, it resists," the artisan said. "I must follow its nature." He shared tea with a tea master, for whom each ceremony was a unique, spontaneous expression of the moment. "The ceremony is not in the steps," she said. "It is in the presence." He watched a Tai Chi practitioner, movements fluid as water. "I do not oppose force," the elder explained. "I yield and redirect it. There is no thought, only response." Leo understood completely now. Wu Wei wasn't recklessness. It wasn't a lack of preparation. It was action sourced from alignment, not anxiety. It was trusting your accumulated wisdom instead of seeking endless external validation. It was building the future by being fully in the present. Upon returning, Leo was changed. He hadn't erased doubt, but he no longer obeyed it. He didn't have a detailed map for the next 10 years, but he knew the direction of his next step. He couldn't control outcomes, but he could commit to the process. The science of effortless action. This isn't merely ancient wisdom. It's confirmed by modern understanding. Neuroscience shows that during states of peak performance in athletes, musicians, surgeons, activity in the prefrontal cortex, the brain's conscious planning center, actually decreases. You perform best when you think less. Studies on expert performance reveal that when individuals try to consciously control automated skills, their ability deteriorates. Your subconscious processes millions of data points per second. Your conscious mind handles mere dozens. When you force conscious control over everything, you create a bottleneck. It's like trying to breathe by manually commanding each diaphragm movement. You suffocate the natural rhythm. Wu Wei is the neuroscience of flow. It is your system operating at peak efficiency, free from the clumsy interference of the overthinking self. The ancients knew it intuitively. We now see it in brain scans. Embodying Wu Wei. So how do you practice this? You don't. You unpractice overthinking. First, trade certainty for intention. You can never be sure of the result, but you can be clear on your purpose. Let purpose be your compass, not a guaranteed destination. Second, practice to the point of instinct. Mastery isn't knowing what to think. It's knowing without having to think. Your body must learn the task so your mind can release it. Third, start small, but start now. Don't wait for the grand, perfect launch. Execute the immediate, obvious next action, today. Fourth, embrace redirection, not failure. Water doesn't fail when it hits a rock, it flows around it. An unexpected result is not a stop sign, it's information for your next move. Fifth, commit to the practice, not the prize. You control your effort, not the outcome. When you fall in love with the doing, results become a natural byproduct. The ultimate realization. Here is the final liberating paradox. You cannot find Wu Wei because you have never left it. Remember, as a child lost in play, you weren't thinking about playing, you were simply playing. Recall a moment of total absorption in a task you loved. You were in flow, not trying to achieve it. Wu Wei is your native state, buried under layers of should, what if, and how. It is not an addition to your life. It is a subtraction of everything that blocks your natural momentum. Leo learned this. His partnership with Maya continues to grow, but the greater success is his internal peace. Peace with not knowing. Peace with the unfolding journey. This peace isn't passive, it's profoundly powerful. It is freedom. And while achievements may come and go, freedom, once felt, becomes a part of you. Sun Tzu wrote that the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Your greatest battle is with your own hesitating mind. Victory lies not in fighting it harder, but in letting it settle, so your deeper intelligence can guide your hand. Wu Wei is not a strategy for your to-do list. It is a way of inhabiting your life. It is waking up and doing, not just planning to do. It is deciding from a place of clarity, not confusion. It is beginning before you feel fully ready, because readiness is discovered in the act itself. Perhaps this is how you were always meant to live, engaged, fluid, and free. But you've been too busy thinking about living to actually live. So here is your invitation. Let go of overthinking. Lean into effortless action. Discover that Wu Wei isn't a distant philosophy. It is right here, in this breath, in this moment. You only need to stop looking for it with your mind and start feeling it with your being. If this resonated with you, please like this video. It truly helps this channel, Philosophy for Brave Mind, grow. And subscribe for more content to help you live with more courage and clarity. Comment below. What is the one step you will take this week to move from thinking to doing? Thank you for your time. Remember, be present, move with purpose, follow your own way.